Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for a review on the Nanmu Soul of the Dragon Tyrannosaurus Rex figure. This is another truly remarkable piece from Nanmu. This one is limited to 600 pieces, a really low number. Now she comes with the fence that she breaks through once the power gives out in Jurassic Park. It is based on that scene, the first iconic scene with the T-Rex from that original movie that just stands the test of time and will always be one of the greatest scenes in a film ever. Now, I've reviewed a number of pieces by Nanmu in the past and other companies like W Dragon, Rebor, but Nanmu have just blown me away, and all of the Jurassic Park fans and collectors out there in the world. This one, I believe, is still not officially licensed, so it's just called the Soul of the Dragon Tyrannosaurus Rex by Nanmu. But it is very clear that this is based on the Jurassic Park female T-Rex Rexy. And it's just an insane paint job on this. Incredible sculpt. The proportions are absolutely perfect on this version. There's a real sense of weight, and I'll show you the piece here without the fence around it. Is that the right wording? Fence? It's a bit big. Well, I guess it's an electric fence, a very big one. But yeah, the card does not come with the piece. I just have one of those, and it happens to be the right scale. It's a nice little die-cast Jurassic Park vehicle. I also have the Jeep as well. In case you are wondering about the vehicles that I use with these particular T-Rex, these are the exact ones that I bought on eBay. It doesn't say the scale here, or does it somewhere? But that's exactly what the packaging looks like. There you go, it says 132, so I think it's 132 scale. And they're die-cast metal as well, which is nice. Nice price for something that looks as good as it does. And makes such a great addition to any T-Rex display. Just hammers home the moment, and when people first walk in and they see it, yeah, people know when they see it. It reminds them of the iconic moment from the movie. I hope you enjoy this review, folks. This is a very special piece to me. I love dinosaurs, and I saw Jurassic Park back when I was 12. I think I was about 12 at the cinema. I saw it 5 times. Magical, incredible. Like a lot of people's first experience with those kind of special effects. A mixture of animatronics and CGI. Very sparingly done with the CGI, only when it needed to be. You know, just amazing. So I hope you enjoy it, folks. Drop a like on the video for me. Mind you, the dinosaur videos I do don't do that well, but I feel they deserve to do better because I always try to make the pieces look as real as possible. I decided to keep this video quite dark because in the film it happens at night in the rain, so I'll add some rain effects in certain parts of the video. But hit the like button for me. It'll help more people discover the video, and leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and enjoy the video. I got it on eBay secondhand from this seller in the UK, and it was an amazing experience. He's got other dinosaur stuff for sale, including this Lost World Buck by Nanmu. I've got this one, it's an amazing piece. He's got it for $124.99 plus £5 shipping. That's a deal right there for what you get. And the Spinosaurus, which one's that? I've got I think my one's W Dragon, my one. But that's a nice looking piece. It's got other ones as well. But yeah, great experience. Packed it up so safe. Got here really quick. Couldn't have been happier. But I knew it was out. I knew how hard it was to get because there was only 600 of them. And I figured might as well just forget about this. And I did for quite some time. Let me just turn on this little light here, showing it up in her face. But yeah, I just kind of forgot about it for a good few months. Got into other things, started getting into the Crow again, so I've been doing some Crow videos with the Eric Draven figures, some Batman stuff. And then randomly, when I should have been sleeping as usual, I decided to have a little look on eBay and just type in some random stuff that I'm into, and I thought, oh yeah, let's see what's going on with Nanmu these days. And one of the first things that came up was this piece. I couldn't believe it, and it was in the UK, and the price was pretty damn reasonable for how rare it is and how incredible this piece is. So I thought about it for about 10 minutes, and I decided, seriously, it's an investment. You know, I mean, you can't go wrong owning this piece. Just keep it nice and safe, and we're going to talk about that actually in a minute, because there is a big warning with this figure that I have to give you. So stay tuned for that. But I'm glad she's finally here, and it's definitely one of the best Jurassic Park T-Rex pieces I own. But I will do a top 5, I think. I was going to do a top 10, but I think I'll break it down to the top 5 T-Rex pieces in the collection. And I'll be very curious myself to see where this one lands in the top 5, because I've got some really nice ones. So look out for that soon on the channel. So we'll get straight to the warning. Unfortunately, you know, unless you can figure out something, I know I'm going to try. But if you live in a country, you know, where you're prone to earthquakes, be they mild or, you know, pretty full on, I don't think getting this would be a good idea, because just the way the base is designed, it's very small, and there's a lot of weight at the front, and it's quite a heavy piece as well. It feels really solid and heavy, which is really satisfying, but worries me. It's not like it's going to tip over, but I don't know, man. It's just, it's not the most secure setup. Basically, on this version, there's like a peg built into the T-Rex foot, the right foot, and it plugs into the base. The base has a little hole in it that it plugs into, but it's just not very safe feeling to me. And if there were, you know, any tremors or earthquakes and this was just standing on a shelf like this, I'm pretty sure it would tip over 100%, you know, so be aware of that. And that's the underneath of the base. So you can see it's number 280 out of 600, such a low number. And while I've got her on her side, I'll just show you the under jaw here. Very detailed. And some of the older Nanmu T-Rexes, the jaw could move up and down, so you could have it with the mouth open or the mouth closed. And not the case with this version. Nothing moves. I'm okay with that. And that's the setup with the kind of plug that's built in. It's part of the foot. And then that will go into the base there. But because the base rests up against the, you know, section of the fence here, you know, it basically just goes behind this. So therefore the front needs to be flat, or it'll be, you know, she'll be too far away from the fence. So I get the design, but yeah, makes me worry. Literally, just if you got earthquakes, I reckon, you know, obviously if you're in the UK, I think you're going to be fine. It is quite solid. It's a bit wobbly on there, but I tried, you know, being careful, holding my hand at the front, giving it a little tap at the back of the tail to see if it would tip over, and it wouldn't. It would not go, but I still just think it's a bit of a high-risk piece. Going to be quite expensive on the secondary market. I don't know where to get them other than eBay, folks. I don't know. I've heard people having a lot of trouble tracking her down. So limited. So I'd just say keep an eye on eBay like I did, and you might get lucky one day. And the seller who I got it from was kind enough to leave all this broken wire for the fence the way it is here. Otherwise I would have had to cut it myself and put them all in. So I do appreciate that, because that would have taken a while. They're bendable. And you got a little light at the top there, which is accurate, I think. Yeah, really, really comes alive when you put Rexy in there. Let's get her back on her base. And yeah, you can see at the front of the base there's like a long groove there, plugs onto there basically. It just connects. Nothing clicks, it just rests up against it. Nice little detail here on the back, on the beams with those little sections that hold on to the wires. Nicely done. Oh, hello. It's got a lot of light on her at the moment, not as much as I'd usually have, but might as well show you what this looks like as well. I love the position or the pose of the arms. It reminds me a lot of this scene that it's based on. And like I said, I think I mentioned it before, but there's a real sense of weight to this piece. It just looks... You can feel the weight. Now, I was even looking at the structure of the legs thinking, damn, those legs have to hold up all of this. You know? It's a lot to ask. Those poor legs. But there is a sense, because of the subtlety of the pose, you really get a sense that kind of standing there breathing, about to step forward, you know, curious, looking at something. The position of the head. It's a really, really cool pose, and definitely reminds me of this scene from the film. And I will put her on the rotating base for you in a moment, but I got the lighting set up just right here. So I want to give you a few different angles. Look how real this looks. It looks like one of those shots you see just when we growing up, just various promotional images of the T-Rex and pictures on set when they were making the movie. I mean, this thing is incredible. You would never guess it's as small as it is. I mean, it's not small, but it's certainly not as big as some of the other really expensive Tyrannosaurus collectibles. I mean, this is around the 1/35th scale. Very much the same sort of scale as the stuff I've already reviewed on the channel. Maybe a fraction bigger, like I saw in one of the few reviews there are on YouTube of this piece at the moment. And once this review goes up, I think there'll be a total of 4 videos, a couple of short clips as well, but 3 reviews that I could find at the time of me filming this review. So, seeing as there is so little on YouTube of this piece, I'm going to do my damnedest here to make sure I show it to you in all its glory. Okay, we'll take a look at the piece on the rotating base. Absolutely stunning. And as it starts to face away from us here, it really looks like as it's walking to the car with the kids in it, Tim and Lex. And Alan Grant says, turn the light off. I think that was the first CGI shot of the T-Rex in the movie. You start with the animatronic close-up where he's bumping the car that Ian Malcolm and Alan Grant are in. And then it zooms in and turns into the first CGI shot of the T-Rex walking like that. And I remember on film 93, I guess, with was it Barry Norman in the UK, and he showed that clip, and it was the first time I'd ever seen anything of the movie, and my jaw hit the floor. That was just, I was obsessed with dinosaurs when I was a kid, and to see that moment where it starts walking towards the kid's car when it sees the light, I just could not wait to see the film. Do love the positioning of the feet. Just starting to walk forward. Incredible sculpt on these. Look at that. Detail. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful paint. Just the positioning of the tail, the way it just slightly curls away. There's so much life in it for a steel piece. Just for a little comparison, scale-wise, I think they're meant to be 1/35th scale. That's the W Dragon Rexy unofficial T-Rex. Check out the review for that piece on the channel. I might actually try this one with the broken fence and show you how that looks. But this piece right here is one of my favorites. And I'm not sure now if it is still the favorite. I really need to think about that and bring you a little video in the future. Because this piece right here, it is on a different level as far as detail goes. Let me just turn down the brightness and you'll see there's so much beautiful sculpt work and paint work going on here. But they are both fantastic pieces. It's just something about this one, the intense look in the face, you know, the eyes, the pose that it's in. I really like that one. But this new addition to the collection here, the Soul of the Dragon, Tyrannosaurus Rex by Nanmu. Yeah, there's no denying. It's one of the best pieces out there for a representation of Rexy from Jurassic Park. There's some really good ones out there. One of the nice things about the W Dragon piece is she can stand without the base. There's no protruding connection part on the bottom of the foot. That is on the base itself. It's a little rod that sticks up there and goes into her foot. I would have much preferred that design for this Nanmu piece. Yeah, I think it's better suited to the chase with the Jeep from this angle. I think that looks like the moment where Ian Malcolm's in the back of the Jeep and he's hearing those footsteps getting closer and he's starting to panic. Yeah, the look in the eyes, that really does remind me of the chase scene. But this is how it looks with the Nanmu broken fence. Looks pretty good. This is why I do what I do. Moments like this. This is what keeps me coming back and editing videos for 18 years. Almost 18 years, I think. And lose track of time. It's been a long time. So, but moments like this, being able to photograph something like this. I mean, yeah, it'd be cooler if I had a proper background with all the trees behind her and all that, but this is about the best I can do at the moment. I did look in the garden to see if there was anything I could use that looked in scale, but no, it's just massive leaves. Anyway, I'm focusing too much on the W Dragon piece here. We were supposed to be paying attention to the Nanmu. Yeah, I think that looks really cool. Yeah, I do. I think that looks very nice. W Dragon Rexy. I mean, I'll tell you straight up, obviously the paint job isn't as impressive as this new Nanmu piece, but the pose, the expression, and the sculpt work and the paint work, you know, it's not as detailed as this new one that I'm reviewing in the video, but it still holds up. I likes it. I likes it a lot. So in my collection display, currently the Joker is surrounded by T-Rex. The W Dragon one, which we saw already, and the Nanmu T-Rex that you have to build and paint yourself. And this is the one that I did, and I love that one. But I'm thinking of putting the new Nanmu one in its place there because I think it will look better. So I'm going to try that out now. Did a big room tour recently, folks, a really long version where I went through great detail about what everything is in the display. So check that out on the channel. Alright, and that's with the new one by Nanmu. The only thing is, because the front of the base obviously is meant to be blocked by the rest of the display, the broken fence, it's a bit ugly, so I'm going to have to try and track down some kind of little Jurassic Park fridge magnet or something, you know, that I can just kind of stick on the front there, and so it displays a bit more nicely. But yeah, instead of having two dogs on either side of the Joker, he has two T-Rex. I mean, they're a bit small, obviously, but he wanted what he wanted, and I wasn't going to argue with him. I know it seems like I'm just shamelessly plugging my channel, which I am, but if you're watching this review and you've only discovered it because you were looking for this particular T-Rex piece and you have never seen my channel before, I'm just showing you the kind of stuff I talk about and show. Lots of horror characters. If it is your first time, a lot of this stuff is custom. And got some really nice pieces. So if you are new, be sure to subscribe. There's the Predators. And some aliens. More custom pieces. Oh, little werewolf section. Nothing wrong with that. No, that's fine. Absolutely. Crack on, Dean. Look at that howling werewolf. Jesus. Dog soldiers werewolf. Custom pieces. Custom. Beautiful. Big Myers custom. Alright. Back to the T-Rex. There's just a ridiculous amount of stuff. Need to figure it all out, folks. It's getting a bit crazy in here. Okay, I want to give you my final thoughts and a score out of 10. The final thoughts are that it's an absolute masterpiece, very hard to come by. There's only 600 made, and I had to, you know, forget about it for a while and just randomly check the other day, and there was one. I was so lucky to find one in the UK for a reasonable price. I don't know how much they retailed for, but I know it was going to be more expensive than your usual kind of more widely produced higher numbers pieces that Nanmu do. This is obviously much lower. 600, that's a really low number. I remember I had a few pieces in the collection, different stuff, like an American Werewolf in London mini bust, and that was only a short run of 1,000 by Sota Toys, I think. But 600, I mean, that's low for something as popular as this. So it feels pretty awesome to have her here. But I would just suggest keeping an eye on eBay or whatever sites you use, and just check every now and then. You know, they'll turn up from time to time. But I couldn't recommend it to anyone who lives, like I said before, anyone who's got tremors or earthquakes going on every now and then. This would definitely fall and break. You know, I did the little test earlier where I just took the broken fence away and just tapped the back of her tail to see if she'd fall forward, and she didn't. But honestly, if the room started shaking, absolutely that small base that she's standing on, which is separate from the fence, obviously you just pull this front bit away, you've seen the base. It's just not wide or broad enough to really support her weight safely. And there's a lot of weight at the front with the head and the body there. The tail obviously balances out nicely, but there's definitely, I feel, more weight at the front of the figure. And the fact that it, you know, on the base it stops short, instead of rounding off like it does at the back, it just suddenly stops and goes flat like this so it can rest up against the front piece. So there's just not enough base at the front end to really make it feel safe and secure. So like I said, if you live anywhere where you've got a shaking room situation, this would inevitably meet its sad end. But despite that, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because this is flawless work. This is beautiful, absolutely incredible. And I love the inclusion of the broken fence accessory, which you don't have to use, but I mean, why wouldn't you? It's just paired up with the beautiful car there. You know exactly what film this is from and what scene it's from, and the memberries start tingling, and it just helps you, you know, picks up your day, makes you feel happy, and fond memories of just an amazing masterpiece of a film. So drop a like on the video, folks. That'll help me a lot. Leave me a comment. Always good to hear from you. What do you think of this piece? Are you going to try and hunt it down? I wish you luck if you do, and I'll see you soon for more videos. Got some cool stuff coming up on the channel. A piece that I had and got rid of, the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Eric Draven Crow, is coming back to the collection. I'll do a nice updated review on that for you soon, as well as some other cool stuff I have on the way. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.